Hello everybody, it's Kirk here with Space Pickle Designs, and today I have a show and tell video of everything that I made with this month's Bargain Bead Box in Peach Sorbet. I made quite a few items with this box, and I am going to put the rest of the beads in my stash, so if you'd like to see what I made, then just keep on watching. First, I'll kind of show you what I have left, and this month I had a lot of pieces that I made, and so I don't have much left over. I do have all of these beads. I didn't use any of these beads. These just weren't in the projects that I wanted to make. I used almost all of my nugget beads, almost all of my 8mm beads, a lot of my 6mm beads. I didn't use any of these links. One thing that I really loved this month were the tiny little bead caps here. I didn't think those were going to do much for this box, but you'll see I pretty much use them in every project. I used quite a few leaves, and I still have some left over, some of the shell beads, and I'm so happy that I had some of these mermaid beads left over. I'm definitely going to have to do something with those, and I used quite a bit of bicones. The only findings that I had left were just this one little itty bitty piece of chain, and then a bunch of these crimp tubes. I used all of the clamshells and everything else. So let's just get into the pieces. First, I'm going to show you some of the earrings that I made, the first 3 pair that I made on the live, just so you can get an HD version of these, and I just loved these so much. These are floating bicones. They will move around, and I used some of those clamshells as well as the bead caps, and I just think these are so lovely. These are going to go into my free gifts category, so if you purchase anything from my Etsy shop, you will have a chance of getting these cute little earrings. I have another pair of earrings that I made during that live, and I was using those lampwork beads here. Again, just a simple little design, but I think very effective because we really wanted to bring the attention to this little flower lampwork bead here at the bottom, and so I just really liked those and the simplicity of those. Again, those are going into my free gift pile. This one, I wanted to kind of maintain the bead position where they were, and these have a little strawberry quartz nugget piece at the bottom. These are heavier, but again, these will be going into my free gift pile. All right, let's start with the bracelets here. I made a few stretch bracelets just because I personally like stretch bracelets, and when we have a gemstone, it's just a nice way to I like to play with the gemstone while it's on my wrist. Now the first one I made was this one here, and I used some gold spacers of my own, and I just made a really simple design here, hid the knot in one of my larger gold spacers, and I just thought it's gonna be a really great stacker. This one I used O beads for. As you can see, I really love O beads as spacers for gemstone bracelets because you can get more gemstones on the bracelet and it doesn't really detract from that natural beauty of the gemstone. And then I did a rhodonite one, of course, again with some smaller O beads here. These are like the 11O O beads, I believe, or an 8O, I think. And so anyway, here's those. This is what they kind of look like stacked up, and yeah, I love these guys, they're so fun. Next up, I did a gemstone nugget bracelet here. I used again those golden spacers and a magnetic clasp, again that I got from Bargain Bead Box. And so this is easy to put on, it feels really nice on the skin, and I used Soft Flex in Champagne for this one. And I put a little crimp cover on there. No, I didn't, those are just actually the spacer beads, but it looks really good. I could go ahead and put a crimp cover if I wanted to, but I liked this bracelet as well, and it's easy to put on and off, and I just love the feel of natural stone. Next one I made is this precious 2-side color block bracelet here with a little gemstone, or a little gem dangle here. And this is just the little focal, and it's just this little crystal in a heart shape, and then making the 2 sides. Let's see how we want this to fall here. And I thought this was so cute, And I used soft flex on one side and then Coriana chain for this side where the miracle beads are. And so I just thought that was like such a dainty little piece, and it just looks really, really good. I love this one so much. This one, even though it has like charms and stuff, because it's such a like muted color, I think it's really like can be worn with so much. So I really love that, and I'm just loving these miracle beads. I love the matte ones far more than I like the shiny ones. Next is a 2-strand bracelet here with a magnetic clasp that I got from Bargain Bead Box. I thought, why not? I used soft flex for the stringing material, and I used the same beads on each strand, but I just swapped like the 3-in-1. So the first one has 3 shells, 1 bicone. The second one has 3 bicone, 1 shell. And I just thought this was such a cute little bracelet. Let's see if we can get it on. I love a magnetic clasp. And with this one, you can actually wear the clasp up top and have it be a focal point. And then again, just because of the mutedness, even though it is sparkly, I think you can get away with wearing this with so much. All right, everybody, I made this little set for my mom, and I used some of those like marquee shaped links with a leaf, and I used a miracle bead, a rhodonite, and a bicone, and I just hung them on a small little couple jump rings here, and I tiered them so that they would hang correctly. So these 2 beads were actually put on the link itself, then I put a jump ring on, put the bicone on, and then 2 more jump rings for that leaf there. And so once you do that, the leaf will hang forward and all your beads will hang very nicely. So this is I think my favorite set out of the whole thing that I made here, but I wanted to kind of follow up that leaf pattern onto the bracelet here, and so I put the leaves on, and then I made sure to do like little bicone charms. I used those bails that came with the box. I used a magnetic clasp from Bargain Bead Box, and I did a little chain here with the miracle beads as well as those bead caps, which again, I'm going to purchase more of that. The string material that I used for this was the Coriana chain, and I just used some bigger style jump rings for this bracelet just because I like the look. A lot of times if I'm using jump rings, I like use it as a design choice and not necessarily like for because I have to. And so if I use that, then I kind of like want people to see them. But this one side of the bracelet hangs like this. We have our little leaves out there. Here again are the earrings. And then if we kind of like just didn't care or the bracelet moved around, you have your miracle bead side again with our little fringy leaves at the bottom here. And so this is what this looks like. I made it a little tight for myself because I know her wrist is a little bit smaller than mine, so it should be good for her. And so I can't wait for her to receive it. All right, the last projects that I did were a few necklaces here, and all of these actually can be layered because they are so simple. I did pull some chain from my own stash. I used the GGC's chain. I used those remaining links that I had. And then I used some Coriana chain that just floats, so this will move freely. And I put some bicones on there, and I used my quartz pendant, which I loved, and I thought that was super cool. And I made this probably a 26-inch necklace, so this is like my lowest hanging necklace out of this little stack that I've got going on. But I just thought the simple designs really complement the like very simple tones that we have in here, and so I just made a bunch of necklaces like this, which is sort of out of my wheelhouse, but I will say that I liked the result. And so maybe we'll have more simple jewelry in our future, maybe not. Maybe I got it all out of my system this month, but I guess we'll see. Next one is what I think everybody had in their mind that they wanted to do, at least the bead YouTubers. We all were just like, we just want to put this on a chain and call it a day. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to, because I think this is so stinking cute that I made a pretty short, this is like an 18-inch necklace here, and I just put the little peach charm on here with the little enameling. And so yes, you can wear this by itself if you're having a little simple day, but again, all the necklaces that I made are layerable because I made them all different lengths. And so that's kind of the vibe that I'm gonna go for this month. And I will show you on the bust what they look like layered up, because I think you'll get a better kind of view for it. But yep, just put this one on a little jump ring and put it on a chain. And I foresee myself getting a lot of wear out of this one. All right, so you know the little charm that I used in this bracelet here? I had another one. And instead of just using them for earrings, I used it in a necklace here. And I did run out of Coriana chain, so I just used soft flex. And you can still use soft flex with your clamshells. You just put another crimp bead at the end there. Make sure it's nice and secure. I put a little chain from my stash up on the back here, and then I put a bicone on the extender chain back there. I did use all the lobsters in the box, so I had to use one of my own here. But I just strung up the garnet. I thought that garnet was just so pretty by itself. I had one more of these little bails, and I just attached a jump ring and our little charm on there. And here's our really simple, cute, fun, everyday necklace. I cannot wait to show you what these look like as a stack. All right, so I actually made the necklace first before I made this bracelet that I already showed you, but these two do go together if you'd like to wear those together. And I used my little pendant here on this, and I just kind of want to mirror that softness throughout the whole piece. But this is a double strand necklace. I used bone soft flex on the top part of the beaded sections here. As you can see, those beads move back and forth, which is just fine. I am totally okay with that. I put the chain as just a second piece with nothing on it. You could put a little dangle on there if you wanted to. And then I had a little bit of that Coriana chain here left at the bottom, and so I used that, used the clamshells, put them together with a jump ring onto the back portion with that bone soft flex, which I thought was such a perfect color match. Even though, you know, our beads are a little bit wider, I think pairing the actual white quartz color soft flex would have been a little too much. And so this just gives the necklace a little bit of interest. You will see that pop of gold coming through. And I used the lobster claw that came in the box. Again, it's like just a little bit of a different color tone here, but it's in the back of the neck. These are very affordable pieces here. And overall, like making over 10 pieces of jewelry out of a $24 box, like you can't really complain about that. So I'm going to put the necklaces onto a bust and we're going to see what they look like. All right, so here are the three necklaces that I would string together. The garnet necklace was kind of like meant to be a one-off, but I'll show you again what that looks like. I'll put it on there just to show you. But I think this three-tiered necklace here really looks good, especially with the different lengths here. And it's so cheap and affordable. Like, this is so on trend for even the past couple years, these layered, like really simple necklaces. And so you can do this with your affordable bead boxes. You can make on trend fashion jewelry using the stuff that you get out of these $20, $30 bead boxes. All right, so if you really wanted to go all out, here is what you could do. You could add that additional garnet necklace. And I purposefully made them different lengths so that we could layer them however we want to, because even taking this one off, say you just wanted to layer these two right here, I think that looks so cute, so chic. And again, that peach one will go with everything. All right, everybody, so this is all I made. We made 15 pieces of jewelry this month from the Bargain Bead Box. Yes, I used a couple things from my own stash, mainly jump rings, chain, and soft flex materials, ear wires here and there. So like probably $5 total of stuff. So bringing the total to like $26, $27, and that includes shipping. I made 15 pieces of jewelry. So is it worth it, y'all? Is it worth it? Even if there are things in the box that aren't your style, like for instance, these guys, it just reminded me too much of check glass without actually being check glass. So I didn't quite use those, but I mean, I could have made a couple more pieces using the beads that I had left over. So I could have made potentially like 16, 17, 18 pieces of jewelry all for $26, $28. So And it gave me, you know, 2 or 3 days worth of fun making these projects. So you decide if it's worth it for you. Again, I subscribed to the box solely for the 30% coupon, but I was super excited this month with this box, and as you can tell, I pretty much finished it. So let me know down in the let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. I think my favorite is definitely this little piece that I made, or this set that I made my mom, but I really do love quite a few of these pieces. So just let me know how you're doing, and let me know what you made with your bargain bead box. Until the next one, I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.